There you go. Hello. How y'all doing?
How are you?
Good. Yeah, let's just do the same. There'll be a handful for sure. All right, that's it. That's the squad. That's it. Yeah, cause they're here, so and these guys got to get set up too. Cut the sound, fellers. Cut the sound.
Yes, he wouldn't look at me as soon as he
There she is.
To congratulate the class of 2023. We are so proud of you. To friends and family gathered here with us, I want to welcome you to Guilford College on what we refer to as the happiest day of the year. Graduates, we gather with you today to offer affirmation for each and every one of you. To stand in awe of your courage and resilience over these past few years, and to share in gratitude of the ways in which we have been changed together. Before we go any further, I want us to stop and take a deep breath and become fully present in this moment. Join me in silence and prayer, please. As we join together on the soil and grass, surrounded and shaded by the canopy of oak, maple, sycamore, and hickory trees, we acknowledge and honor the native people of this land who cared for it long ago, the Kiowa, the Sara, Saponi peoples, and many others, some of whom maintain a strong presence in this area, caring for it still. We give thanks for those early Quakers who followed their leadings and put hand to plow to give birth to this community of learning more than 180 years ago. Those of abolitionists, black, brown, and white, who built a multicultural coalition with courage to seek the creation of a new and more just world. We give thanks for all the staff and faculty, students, alumni, Greensboro community members, Quaker meetings, benefactors, and more who have sustained this college through both the difficult times and the time of its being reborn. I am grateful for that living stream of love we stand within and are continually called back to. And we are grateful for these graduates who sit in that living stream which gives rise to people shaped by love, by goodness, by justice, scholarship, and that inward light that guides all who are willing to follow it. May they be strengthened. May they have guidance to live fully and faithfully no matter what they face. And finally, as one journey comes to a close and a new one begins, we honor all those who came before us and help make this day possible. We honor all those who surrounded each graduate, whether in person or in spirit, those who are still with us, and those who we have lost along the way. Those who've walked with them, cheering them on, and even on occasion carrying them part of the way. Parents, siblings, chosen family, friends, teachers, coaches, and more. May you remember what it took to get you here, who it took to get you here, and this community of care cheering you on. May you find your place in that living and abundant stream we call the Guilford family. May the light you bear within remind you of the compassion and love you are called to, and remember that you are loved. Amen.
Please be seated. To the class of 2023, you have done it. After hours in the library and the cafeteria, after time with your roommates, your classmates, and all of your friends, you have done it. Some of you have been active on the field or on the court or on the diamond or on the course. You've won and you've lost, but you have performed as champions along the way. Some of you have engaged in creating new great pieces of art, written new code, solved some of the most complex mathematical equations, and participated in scientific experiments that will lead us to understanding much more of the world around us. Some of you have delved into the histories of humankind, reflected on the great pieces of literature, and participated in the moving pieces of music and theater that have stirred emotions for all who have enjoyed your performances. And many of you have discovered your voices from a civic and political or social perspective, all while completing your degrees at Guilford College. You have done it, and for that, all of us, faculty, staff, administrators, partners, friends, and others gathered here are immensely proud of each and every one of you. Might I ask that everyone gathered here today gives all of our graduates a round of applause. Founded in 1837, Guilford College, soon to be your alma mater, is a place where change happens. And it's where we aim to provide you with the skills to create such change. Our size as an institution enables us to walk with you during your academic journey, and not only to watch you as students learn and grow, but also enables all of us to learn and to grow with you. Those of us working here recognize that the journey of education is a lifelong one, and it's one that is best done when in partnership with others. We are grateful that we've been able to be on that journey with you for the past several years. Now, I have a little bit of a confession to make to all of you. A few days ago, while working on this graduation speech, I found myself trying to recall what my college president said when I graduated 31 years ago. I thought long and hard, and I realized that I wasn't really able to remember anything that he said, not one single thing. So I asked around, colleagues, friends, relatives, and no one really seemed to remember what their president said at their graduations either. And this is not to suggest that their words were of little importance, but the truth of the matter is that today is about you and your families and your friends. So with that acknowledgement, let me share 2 or 3 brief thoughts with you today. I promise to keep them very brief, and I hope that maybe, just maybe, you'll remember them at some point in time. First, look around. See who's sitting next to you. Find a roommate who you lived with at some point over the past few years. Take a photo with that person. Exchange emails. Give a hug or a handshake. Most importantly, please stay in touch. This community that you've created over the past few years, the community of Guilford College, class of 2023, is yours, and it is yours alone. Each of you has a bond with one another that no one else can share. And please, please use that bond for the rest of your lives. Second, please take some time to appreciate those who are the loud and the quiet champions for you. Your mentors, your parents, and your professors who spent additional time with you. Your coaches, your conductors, anyone who proved through word and deed that they believed in you. As you move forward, continue to reach out for advice, continue to draw upon their guidance, and continue to make them proud to know that the investment of time and love that they put into you will have a payoff for generations to come. There is a poster in the living room of Ragsdale House, which is the house on campus where I live with my family. The poster has a quote from Robert Kennedy, and one that he made during a visit to apartheid-era South Africa in 1966. I'd like to share a mildly adapted piece of that quote. Each time a person stands up for an ideal, or acts to improve the lot of others, or strikes out against an injustice, they send forth a tiny ripple of hope. And crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring, those ripples build a current that can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance. Which brings me to my third and final thought. Create ripples of hope. I think about all of the issues of concern when I graduated in the early 1990s. Rising xenophobia, increasing rates of poverty, concerns of global warming and environmental sustainability, and I think about some of the optimism that my classmates and I had. We were going to go out and fix all of these issues, and then we were going to go and fix a whole lot more. As I look at the big issues of today, which are sadly many of the same ones that my classmates and I encountered, I sometimes think that the ripples that my generation of graduates created were not big enough or creative enough to create the world that we wanted you to experience. I realize that there's a lot more work that the graduates of the 1990s still have to do, but I am really thrilled that we have the graduates of 2023 as collaborators and willing partners to continue to build these ripples. I'm personally very excited that you, members of the Guilford College class of 2023, will be with us to continue to build those waves and make this place a much better, make this world a much better place for all. I am looking forward to continuing our journeys together. Congratulations. Eniskil Stinnexguy and Jim Hood, will you please come forward to receive the Algernon Sullivan Sidney Awards? Guilford College is one of a select group of institutions of higher learning in the United States where this prestigious award is presented annually. The Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award was created over 100 years ago to perpetuate the excellence of character and humanitarian service of a noted philanthropist, devoted familyman, and courageous citizen. The award recognizes selflessness, generosity of service, and nobility of character, integrity, and spirituality. Eniskil and Jim, you both embody these characteristics. Eniskil, you are an avid volunteer with Every Campus of Refuge as a translator with an aim to assist refugee families with their transition to the United States. Your work with the North Carolina African Services Coalition empowers refugees and immigrants throughout the Triad. Your nominators agreed that you are a beacon and an inspiration, always seeking opportunities for community support and engagement. You have served as a kind mentor and supporter for younger students who are navigating the difficulties of being away at college and building community. Jim, you are a stalwart champion for this community. You embody integrity, stewardship, and excellence, aligning seamlessly with the core values of Guilford College. You not only serve this community, first as a student, and then as a beloved faculty member for over 20 years, but you stepped in as interim president to lift this college, to restore hope, and to lead by example as a genuine friend and inspiration to us all, including me. You have consistently demonstrated complete care, compassion, and conviction toward the overall sustainable success of Guilford College. For these commitments, and for so much more, I am delighted to recognize both of you for the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award. Congratulations. The testimonies of our students are the clearest evidence of the value of a Guilford College education. I have heard countless awe-inspiring stories from them during my short time here. And I encourage you to listen carefully to the words of our class speaker, Larry McMillan. Before he comes forward, I'd like to welcome Tanaya Irvin and Coach Brad Davis to the stage to make a very special presentation. Please join me in welcoming them at this time.
Hi, friends. I'm trying real hard not to cry. Also, we're not on this page. Hello. Hi, I'm Tanaya. So nice to meet you. Let me start. Ahmad Brewington was a visionary. He came in with us in 2019, and his brain immediately started flowing with possibilities for how to make things better for the larger community as a whole. Whether it was in the classroom, in the residence hall, or spending some extra time with a friend in need, he always had some extra kindness to extend. He approached everything he did with his whole being, which is crazy because he was one man carrying the responsibility of at least 5. Never once did he let adversity dim his light. Instead, he showed us all what it meant to see things through and not quit. He never lost sight of his joy and used it to do his part in lifting us all up. This degree is meant to recognize his excellence. He managed to touch and guide so many of us in a short time. He planned to use his degree to open doors for the people behind him. Ahmad's infectious personality still resonates with students today, and we're honored as the class of 2023 to have the distinct privilege of walking with Brew. In that spirit, we'll try to uphold his legacy by putting in the work to open up doors and pave the way for people who need it. As student body president, on behalf of the entire Guilford community, I'm proud to offer this bachelor's degree for your incredible son and forever friend, Ahmad Brewington.
When it's all over. Sing, I shall see his face.
I shall see his face.
I shall see his face.
I shall see his
When it's all over. When it's all over. I'm going to put on
I'm going to put on my robe, tell the story, how I made it over. I'm going to put on my robe, tell the story, how I made it over. I'm going to put on my robe, tell the story,
how I made it
how I
over.
made it over.
I'm gonna put on my
I'm going to
robe.
put on my robe, tell the story, how I made it over.
I'm gonna put on my
I'm
robe.
going to put on my robe, tell the story, how I made it over. You are the source of my strength. You are the strength of my life. I lift my hands in total praise to
Yes, sir. Nah, thank Jesus we made it here, and that was beautiful. That was beautiful. All right, I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. Y'all were all a part of it, but I wanted to not only touch the heart, but challenge the mind and make you realize that you've done something great, and let's proceed to be greater. Y'all with it? Sounds good. Also need your support. I'm going to say something. I need you to respond with it back. It's coming. So it looks like we made it. It feels like it went by so fast, but in reality, we spent years of real life being here and studying and defying odds and overcoming adversity, all so we could reach this one moment. For that, we have earned our flowers. Give it up. I was talking with Mother the other day, and she asked me what's one word that I would use to describe myself. And the word I chose was undefeatable. I began explaining that no matter how hard the problem is that I am facing, I won't stop until the job is done. And that's how I would describe the class of 2023. We are undefeatable. Say it with me. We are undefeatable. Many people have traveled all the way to Guilford campus today. Beautiful Saturday morning, no rain, no sun. It couldn't be better. Knock on wood. I'm sorry. And they're wondering, what does the word undefeatable have to do with commencement? And this is how it works. Freshman year, we're all excited and having the time of our lives running around campus, exploring, learning, growing, being great, right? Y'all remember, y'all were there. We had great events on campus, and campus was lively, and things were going well. We had that one class that raised some eyebrows, but it wasn't enough to hold us back from having a good time. We collaborated with our family and friends to plan out the perfect spring break, and off we went. Halfway in, spring break got better. School sends an email out and says, you get an extra week of spring break. Well, that was short-lived. COVID-19. It put us in the back seat and kept us away from finishing and enjoying our freshman year. Finishing the semester online and getting acclimated to using Zoom for classes, meetings, everything. This won't last forever, we said. We'll be back to college life in no time, we said. We kept saying a lot, but not what's happening. We took a hit, but we kept fighting, and why is that? We are undefeatable. One more time. We are. I'm proud of y'all, yeah. I'm proud of y'all. Sophomore year. Season 2. We're kind of confused, but many of us are optimistic about the year. If you moved back on campus, you were in for a surprise. If you were a commuter, you were in for a really big surprise. And well, now there's a third option. I know, there were never 3 options. You were either on campus or you commuted. Now you can go virtual. We went from going to school all year with a couple thousand people to not being able to, thousands of miles away for class all year. The same thing that we did in classrooms and engage with each other, we didn't have that. It wasn't the same. That challenged us, and the look of campus took a hit. Students were tested for COVID weekly, and we could get written up for if we hung out too much. I mean, the world was shaking up, but we adapted and we thrived. Why is that, class? A little more power next time. Season 3, junior year. At this point, we have made it to year 3. We've been through a lot, but we're coming out of it. COVID is slowing up. Things are finally starting to get back to normal. We have in-person classes now. I told you it was coming back. I know it doesn't sound that exciting, but when you're forced to adopt the online learning, the thought of being able to interact with people that are actually present is mind-blowing. But there was a catch. Y'all remember this catch. It was the mask. We all loved our mask, didn't we? But we were willing to make that sacrifice in exchange for the ability to move freely and interact with people in the physical form. We finally found somewhat of a balance, and then our campus took another hit, and that was the loss of a beloved Quaker. You got me? It wouldn't be right to make this speech without paying respect to Ahmad Brunton. His loss put our campus at the lowest we've ever been. He was such a loving, caring, intelligent, passionate man that knew. Oh, gosh. Undefeatable. He knew how to make a difference in the world. He was extremely active on campus, and chances are he's had a positive impact on you, whether you felt it directly or whether you felt it through somebody else. He had a glowing, infectious smile. He protected those that were around him, whether you knew him or not. And one thing I loved about him is that he believed in right is right and wrong is wrong, and he lived by it. His loss hurt, but we did exactly what he would have wanted, and that was to be true to who we were and finish the mission. This loss brought us closer together, and the love that he poured into this campus showed itself in the most beautiful way possible. Unity. We used this unity to push to be better and to show the world that, tell them, class, we are undefeatable. I love you, Ahmad. Okay, we're back to senior year. Season 4, episode 3. That leaves us at the magical senior year, where everything we had learned and had been through our first 3 years is shown in the form of final projects, presentations, applications, just to name a few. We wanted to go out with a bang, and that's what we did. We watched our college experience fall apart piece by piece, one thing after another, but we didn't accept that. We got back up and rebuilt our campus back into the thriving, lively place that we witnessed when we got here 4 years ago. Throughout all of the adversity, we kept pushing to be the best that we could be. We refused to stay down. We refused to be beaten. We refused to accept defeat. We earned every bit of these degrees, and you notice, and we deserve to be happy in this moment and enjoy it. I'm proud of us. Everybody give it up for the graduates one more time. Maya Angelou once said, while one may encounter many defeats, one must not remain defeated. We are strong, we are powerful, and most importantly, tell them, class,
Thank you for that, Larry. Dr. Cohen, will you please join me at the podium? Dr. Mandy Cohen, you have distinguished yourself as a national leader in public health, appointed to the role of Secretary of the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services in January 2017 by Governor Cooper. You and your team worked tirelessly to improve the health, safety, and well-being of all North Carolinians. From the onset of the COVID-19 global pandemic, you were laser focused on responding to and recovering from it. You are committed to building a robust, effective Medicaid program, improving early childhood health, safety, and education, combating the opioid crisis, and ensuring equitable access to health resources. You are a forward-thinking leader and a purveyor of medical care equality, with closing the coverage gap in North Carolina as a key priority. Your numerous contributions to medical sciences have resulted in well-deserved recognition. In February of 2019, Modern Healthcare named you one of the top 25 women leaders in healthcare. In September 2020, you were awarded the Leadership in Public Health Practice Award from Harvard University's T.H. Chan School of Public Health. You truly embody both the ideals of Guilford College's 7 core values and the high achievement and community advocacy we wish to inspire in our students. For your unwavering commitment to community, diversity, equality, excellence, integrity, justice, and stewardship, Guilford College is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa. And here's the degree. Let's get a photo right here. Friends, please offer a warm Guilford welcome to our invited speaker, Dr. Mandy Cohen.
Good morning. Well, thank you so much for having me here. Thank you, President Farnbury. Graduates, I'm so grateful to be here with you. Hello to your family and friends. Hello to the faculty. I am truly, really honored to be standing before you. Guilford College has been on the right side of history over and over again, and I'm so grateful to be included in this legacy. Whether it was having an equal number of men and women, students and faculty from the beginning, whether it was being a stop on the Underground Railroad, or it was even admitting Japanese American students during World War II who otherwise would have been interned, Guilford College has continued to lead the way. In addition, your core values that have been referenced, community and diversity, equality, excellence, stewardship, integrity, and justice, resonate deeply with me personally and professionally. As you heard, I'm a physician by training, and I've spent 15 years working in the government sector. First for President Obama, working on Medicare and Medicaid, implementing the Affordable Care Act, and most recently, I was Governor Cooper's Secretary for Health and Human Services for 5 years, but I'm sure most North Carolinians know me as the 3 W's woman. Remember those? Wearing a mask, waiting 6 feet apart and washing your hands. I know, we all have PTSD, I get it. Or later on, I was known for asking to get tested, get vaccinated, or get boosted. So today, with the sunsetting officially of the COVID state of emergency, I thought it would be a time to look back and reflect. What did we learn? I know these are going to be lessons learned in crisis, but they're also universal lessons that you can apply right now to your personal life and to the professional careers ahead of you. And what I'll focus on is trust. and how trust is an essential ingredient in your success, both personally and as you work to make positive change in the world. Now, I'm extremely proud of how North Carolina fared during the pandemic. There was a recent report that ranked all the states on how they did in their COVID response, and North Carolina ranked number 2. Just behind Vermont, which was ranked number 1, but I'll take it, number 2, that's pretty good. That means we had lower death rates, lower overall COVID transmission, less hospital strain, higher vaccination rates, and during the pandemic, North Carolina's economy grew. We added more jobs than our neighbors. We continued to be a destination for new companies, and we're one of the fastest growing states in the nation. But I need to pause here and say thank you. Thank you to everyone who helped in the COVID response, and it was literally everyone who I see in front of me. And as Larry said, it required sacrifice from everyone. It wasn't easy, and it certainly wasn't ideal. But I thank you. Thank you, college leadership, for keeping students and faculty safe. And thank you, graduates. I know you had to alter how you learned, how you played, to keep yourself safe, and importantly, the community safe. So thank you. Round of applause for that. All right, so how did we do it? How did we get to be ranked number 2 in the country? How did I survive all those press conferences? What can be learned from this dumpster fire of a time? All right, the central learning for me is about the importance of trust. Trust is the foundation of all relationships, and I truly believe change happens at the pace of trust. Change happens at the pace of trust. And if you want to make change in this world, and I know you do, whatever that change may be, whether it's making the world safer or more just, more equitable, more beautiful, more resilient or healthier, you're going to need to think intentionally about trust. And today I want to talk about what I learned about building trust with intention leading through the COVID crisis, planning for it, making trust central to how we move through the world. But let's start with what doesn't work. Fear. Sure, fear can scare you into changing in the short term, but fear will only get you so far. We saw that exact scenario play out with COVID. We had decent national cohesion and action in our response to COVID at the beginning. It was when we knew the least and we had the most fear. But it was those states and communities that were able to build and maintain trust that saw the best long-term results. And I can say with certainty, trust was built here in North Carolina. I know it because we measured it. Trust in North Carolina's health information and services actually grew during the pandemic rather than declined. Trust in health information went up 35% for North Carolinians, and when you ask Black North Carolinians, it went up by 47%, and our Hispanic community, 39%. And North Carolinians credited my former department for delivering health information and services they needed, and 82% said they met or exceeded expectations. That's pretty rare. Okay, so how did we actually build that trust with the public during this crisis? First, in order to build trust, graduates, you have to trust yourself. It's important to believe in your abilities, your intuition, and your decisions. But I know trusting yourself is not easy. It wasn't for me. It's taken me years and a lot of practice. I built trust in myself by having key people in my life believe in me before I believed in myself. It was my mom believing in me when I thought I couldn't hack it in my medical training. It was my husband reassuring me that I could lean into a big career opportunity even though we had 2 little kids at home. Or it was my boss and my mentor putting me in charge of a high-profile project and merely saying, "You've got this." And importantly, I learned how to recover from mistakes, because mistakes will happen. You will make mistakes. And that took away the pressure from me of being perfect, because there is no perfect. So all that helped me hone trust in myself and mold me into a confident leader that I hope you saw during the crisis. Guilford College has provided you with an amazing foundation of learning and exposure to build upon. So find your support network, those that believe in you so you can build trust in yourself. I bet some of them are right here on this quad. Okay, so after trusting yourself, the building of trust requires intentionality. As I said, it requires a plan. In the very early days of the pandemic, well before North Carolina even had its first case of COVID, we called out the building of trust with the public as the number one thing that would determine success or failure in COVID. We called it out. We named it. We actively managed it every day, and as I shared, we graded ourselves on it. We also had a tactical framework for creating trust. It's built on 3 things: transparency, open and honest communication. 2, competence, doing what we said we would do. And 3, actively building relationships. All right, so let's dig into those 3. First, transparency. In our personal lives, transparency is about sharing accurate information and giving people in our lives the confidence that they can ask questions or check out if what we said was actually true. Let me give you an example. Graduates, that this may sound familiar. Your parents ask you, "Where'd you go last night?" You say, "Out to a movie with friends." They might ask, "Which movie? With whom? What'd you see? How was it?" All of which are normal follow-up questions, assuming you actually did go to a movie. Now, leading in the pandemic was not much different. First, it's really important to be clear about what you know and what you don't know. Trust isn't about having all the answers. It's built with honesty and access to information and the ability to ask questions about that information. So we had extensive information, data and dashboards for everyone to see, but the data needed context. It needed the ability for others to ask questions. So when you ask me, why did we do 175 press conferences on COVID in 18 months? It's because of that, transparency. Talking with the press was our way of getting folks to be able to ask us questions and building trust with the public. I'd give context to our data and our decision making. I'd go through charts and graphs. I never thought I would go through charts and graphs on TV. Like, that's nuts. But I would walk through the public through numbers and how it informed our decision making. And then the governor and I would get loads of questions. So many questions. But I always saw those questions as an opportunity to build trust, reinforcing the why behind our decisions. And I actually really liked the questions, but it took a ton of patience and preparation and mental energy to be transparent. Transparency is not easy. So I encourage you to lean into transparency, graduates, particularly when transparency is uncomfortable and you may want to run and hide. Remember, trust building through transparency doesn't require perfection or having all the answers, just honesty and openness. Okay, now over to competence. Competence is doing what you say you're gonna do. It's that simple. If you told your parents you were at a movie and you'd be back at 11, did that in fact happen? When they activated your phone locator, were you in that movie theater at 9:30 at night, in fact, watching a movie? Did you indeed walk back in the door before 11? Same thing in the COVID pandemic. If we said there was going to be COVID tests available in a certain place at a certain time, were those tests there? Did we actually execute on the plan for the response? And our biggest test of competence and key trust building moment happened at the rollout of the COVID vaccines. We needed to make sure vaccines were equitably distributed across the state, that they weren't sitting on shelves somewhere, that we were all working with the same set of rules and who was being prioritized, who would get vaccines and when. And we also needed to systematically communicate about why it was so important to get vaccinated and use different mechanisms to make vaccines available to all communities. And we had clear data and metrics to hold ourselves accountable. We measured, and everyone could judge our competence. And I'm very proud of our competence grade, here in North Carolina, 99% of people over 65 were vaccinated. 99%. That's nearly best in the country, with no disparities across our Black or Hispanic communities. So as you think about how you can demonstrate competence, focus on being the person who shows up and gets things done. Be the person who delivers for your friends, for your teammates, for your colleagues. So, okay, that's transparency and competence. In addition, focus on building and maintaining relationships. Remember, trust is not a one-way street. Trust is a reciprocal relationship. When you trust others, they are more likely to trust you in return. And when you are trustworthy, you inspire others to be trustworthy as well. I focused on building new relationships by showing up, by listening, and immediately taking action on what I heard. I did a ton of listening, in particular to our historically marginalized communities. I knew early on in our response we were falling short for our historically marginalized communities, our Black communities, Hispanic communities, our Native American communities. And I needed to keep showing up, listening, and incorporating what they shared in our planning every day. The trust building wasn't quick, but we built relationships that deepened and continue well beyond COVID. So as you think about your next steps when you leave Guilford, whether that's more school or training or taking that first big job, make sure you are taking the time to build relationships with those around you. You'll learn faster, benefit from more diverse perspectives, and have support for your goals, and frankly, just enjoy your day more if you build those trusting relationships. Okay, to wrap up, my takeaways as you enter the next chapter: trust yourself, find your support network, think intentionally about building trust and make a plan, and focus on transparency, competence, and relationships as you work to build trust and change the world. And before I close today, I want to touch on one more aspect of trust, and that's really for all of us. That is, trust is a critical foundation for a healthy society. Trust in institutions such as government or media or business has been eroding in recent years. This lack of trust has led to polarization, to division, and it's made it hard to solve important issues facing the world. Graduates, as you move forward in your lives, I encourage you to think about how you can also contribute to rebuilding trust in institutions and creating a more trusting and united society. Your education at Guilford College has equipped you with the knowledge, skills, and abilities to make that positive change in the world. And if you take what you've gained here at Guilford and focus intensely on trust, I know you will make the positive change we all need. I trust you. Congratulations again to the class of 2023, and I wish you all the best in the future endeavors. Thank you.
You will find the names of the Guilford College honor graduates listed in the commencement program. As I announce each group, would you please stand and remain standing until all honor graduates have been recognized. Those graduating with high honors. Those graduating with honors. Those graduating with departmental honors. And the graduates of the honors program. Congratulations, you may be seated. I would like to welcome Professor Will Pizio to the stage for our master's degree hooding. Terea Lachey Davis. Star Suzanne Absher. Kamari Armand Alexander. Hooper Alexander. Kubahiro Alexandra. Gabriel Alvarez. I'm sorry, I missed one. Trevel Alexander. Adam Anderson. Jasper Ardinger. Jacob Atkins. Nicholas Baggett. Bailey Baker. Brooke Balcom. Gregory Before. Jennifer Beatty. Dana Betterson. Alondra Beltran. Caitlin Benjuda. Dejanay Kiani Shantae Bennett. Samantha Bennett. Hannah Bensidick. Aylin Bernal. Chelsea Noelle Bernier. Elena Betts. Cameron Blankenship. Clinton Roger Bost, Jr. Sarah Michelle Boyce. Madeline Bradley. Simone Elizabeth LaFerrera Braffett. Brianna Lene Brown. Pippin Buckles. Julius Isaiah Birch. Taylor Calloway. Grace Ann Callis. Jonathan Campbell. Isaiah Carlton. Gabrielle Castaneda. Jess Castaneda. Eileen Cerda. Virgilio Chavez Gutierrez. Betsy Zwane Celio. Allie Clemens. Sarah Coco. Allison Christine Coker. Brian Crane II. Sarah Chomay Crawford. Olivia Cunningham. Megan Curley. Victoria Dargan. Jacob Davis. Mackenzie Davis. Tyler Dearman. Aminata Jakite. James Dickey. Clay Dilday. Claire Elizabeth Duda. Avery Edwards. Elvis Erazo Ambrosio. Tanaya Irvin. Thomas Logan Yor. Jack Fink. Sarah Flynn. Tate Fountain. Henry Freeman. Ethan Fry. Alejandra Valle Garcia. Jacob Garton. Theodore Gassert. Lindsay Galden. Caleb Gibson. Bruno Gonzalez. Emily Gonzalez Labra. Madison Green. Hayden Green. Sari Guerra Estrada. Maria Jose Guerrero Hernandez. Kayla Gamula. Kylexis Gwynn. Sarah Elizabeth Hall. Logan Hostain. Malia Heen. Joseph Hegeman. Fernando Hernandez. Daniela Hernandez Rodriguez. Abigail Hill. Claire Hill. Jayla Henson. Drake Holben. Alden Horn. Caroline Hull. Destiny Hunt. Chandler Iden. Shugo Izumi. Carol James. Joshua Jones. Kalia Anna Jones. Ainsley Kalb. Dia Kaufman. James Kearns. Caitlin Kelly. Jessica Kellyher. Dwight Kirkland. Adam Lacey. Daniela Maria Lam Oviedo. Montserrat Pena Lara. Tiffany Latimer. Thomas Laws. Axel Lemus Tetata. Alexis Lester. Yifan Lee. Jared Little. Edith Lopez Antonio. Andrea Lotero Cabrera. Alejandra Luna. Moss Ferdinand McLean. David Mangum. Edie Marine Salinas. Maris Ariana Marini. Jennifer Marquez Trejo. Sierra Martin. Griffin Martin. Ooh. Tierra Siobhan Martin. Gracie Meyer. Eric Mays. Sierra McCollum. Larry Eugene McMillan II. Chandler Meertens. Starlin Mendoza. Starlin Mendez, sorry. Kevin Mendoza. Areli Mercado Gonzalez. Michael Mesa. Jacob Mitchell. Niami Malo. Alexandria Morales. Emily Moreno. Devin Morse. Kaylee Knopsiger. Gracie Myers. Valerie Myrick. Alexandra Nance. Alexis Brianne Neal. Matthew Neese. Iris Newland. Elizabeth Nieto Sanchez. Delaney Nightingale. Thomas Nowatka. Kennedy Chidera Nzekwe. Jocelyn Okese. Kathy Palma Levia. Hannah Nicole Pardue. Austin Parker. Savannah Parks. Joshua Patrick. James Pagis. Miguel Angel Perez Montero. Zaria Pitts. Dominic Porcena. Elizabeth Poole. Matthew Poole. Dorian Porter. Dorian Porter. James Privet. Lenore Ramos Suarez. Robert Reedy Bialobach. Joseph Riley. Lacey Ann Reynolds. Tony Ann Reynolds. Alexander Rice. Carmen Roberts. Daryl Elliott Roberts. Ronald Robinson. Ashley Rodriguez Sanchez. Zoe Ruff Broglin. Chastity Saunders. Lydia Saunders. Deanna Louise Schlott. Drake Shriver. Miriam Kenya Sharif. Peyton Siegler. Brandon Sisnet. Frank Julian Sizemore IV. Colin Smith. Jonathan Smith. Shayla Sosa. Alexander Kent Souvenir. Aminata So. Aniskul Staniskai. Jacqueline Kelleher Statler. Blake Stevenson. Joy Stokes. Hannah Stout. Jane Stowers. Joey Strong. Brandon Taylor. Shauna Taylor. Donovan Thompson. Sarah Togel. Paris Torrance. Aquila Michelle Turner. Chandler Tootin. Gabriela Vasquez. Caitlin Nicole Walker. Nima Wapampo. Miles Washington. Bryson like Clarence Webb. Ezra Wilson. Jade Alexandra Wilson. Carissa Wammeldorf. Justin Woody. President Kyle Farnbury, I present to you the class of 2023. These students have completed all of the requirements for their respective degrees and have been confirmed by the faculty to receive the degree of Masters of Criminal Justice, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science, or Bachelor of Music from Guilford College.
On the recommendation of the faculty of Guilford College and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees under Charter of the State of North Carolina, I hereby confer upon you the master's or baccalaureate degree and grant you all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities hereto. You may now transfer your tassels. Welcome to the class. Welcome to the family of Guilford College graduates. And would everybody please join me in a round of applause for all of our graduates.
Good morning, Guilford family. It is truly my honor to be with you all today to represent Guilford alums and to welcome you, the class of 2023, as our newest members. Now, back in May of 1990, I was right where you are today, waiting for a bunch of old people to finish talking so that I could go celebrate with my friends and family. I promise you, I will not keep you too long. Thanks. Every class at Guilford has a unique experience, but your class will have a most interesting story to tell. You attended Guilford during a historic time in our college's 186-year existence, a time of change, challenges, transformation, and new beginnings. In addition to experiencing the very Guilford and Quaker qualities of inclusion and community, you experienced the isolation and separation of COVID. You enjoyed the comfort and stability of a caring school family, as well as the uncertainty of changes brought on not only by the pandemic, but by the challenges that faced our school. Over the past 4 years, your shared experiences have brought you an appreciation for the special qualities that a place like Guilford brings, how important they are, and how easily they can be taken away. There's a saying that I love: never let a crisis go to waste. A crisis, in addition to presenting challenges, gives us opportunities to grow and evolve as a community and as individuals. You have responded by becoming resilient, adaptive, supportive, and holding each other in the light. These are life skills and personal qualities that will serve you well in both your career and life journeys. So now, 33 very short years after my own graduation, I can say with pride and gratefulness that my Guilford journey is still ongoing. There has not been a week during that time that I have not been thankful for a memory created here, a lesson learned, or a dear friend who in reality is really more now of a family member than anything else. As an alum, I joined a family made up of those who had gone before me, and that has continued to grow as others have come since that time. Y'all are now the newest members of that family. You see, I use the word family a lot when I talk about Guilford. That's because that's what this community is. And like any family, it needs to be nurtured and supported by those in it. Now for me, the Guilford family has taken on an even bigger meaning. For the last 4 years, I have followed your journey through the eyes of one of your classmates, my daughter Avery, who I could not be possibly more proud of. Seeing how her Guilford experience has differed from my own, and watching her grow into the person that she is today has been such an incredible joy. I am so very proud to call her a fellow alum. When you began your career at Guilford, each of you received several versions of the old "you get out of college what you put into it" speech. I'm not going to give you another one of those, it's too late. But you will find that your time as a Guilford alum is very much the same. I urge each of you to continue to be an active part of our school, to return to campus often, attend events in your new communities, and reach out to those who come after you as they begin their careers. And continue to nurture and grow the relationships that you made here. These are people that will be dear to you for the rest of your life, and please take it from me, their value will only continue to grow as the years go by. Your time on campus as a student is coming to a close, but your time as a member of the Guilford family continues. With the academic and personal foundation that you received here, your best days are still ahead of you. Your fellow alums can't wait to see what you do next. As you left the stage just a few minutes ago, I proudly presented you with a Guilford College lapel pin. Now, I invite you to take your pen out of the velvet pouch. Yeah, you got to get it out. Would the entire class of 2023 please stand with me at this time? I invite you to place your Guilford College lapel pin on your robe. This is the participation part of the program. Either. This pin signifies your membership in the Guilford College alumni family. I encourage you to wear your pin often, with dignity and pride, as you represent Guilford College in the wider world. We join with you, your families and friends, in celebrating your commencement and look forward to your active participation as college alumni. My sincerest congratulations to the class of 2023. Now, will you all please stand for the singing of our alma mater? Please sing along with the lyrics that were in your program.
Kindly light our founders kindle, midst primeval oak and pine. Let thy radiance, truth revealing, now upon our spirit shine. Sacred memories through the archways of the swiftly passing years, still undimmed, dear alma mater, strengthen us, dispel our fears. So our hearts and voices joining, echo Guilford's ancient fame. Hallowed be thine each endeavor,
Push straight up, okay? Come right back. I don't know what to do. I remember getting emails because they were making
I'm still living in the States.
Ha ha ha.